had dim sum at Xianyun kiosk before, but it should be quite the feast for sure. Ooh, and that's Paimon's stomach right on cue telling her it's time to go find Ga Ming. Let's go!
Chicos, chicas, ¿cómo están? ¿Qué os cuenta la vida? Aquí Vampire con un nuevo video para el canal. Y como dije antes, bienvenidos otra vez al Año del Dragón. Lo que quiere decir que ya estamos jugando lo que es el Rito de linternas del año 2024, protagonizado por Xianyun y por Ga Ming, que hasta ahora no me acostumbro a ese nombre y todavía no puedo decir lo que opino de ellos porque todavía recién nos estamos conociendo. De hecho, en el episodio anterior recién conocimos quién es Ga Ming y justamente hablando del demonio, vamos a ir al kiosco Xianyun a tomar dim sum, que es una suerte de postre hecho en base de melón o melocotón, creo que una de esas dos cosas era. Y disfrutar un poco de la existencia con nuestro pana Ga Ming, que ahora que me doy cuenta el kiosco queda a muchos kilómetros de acá. Por cierto, estoy en el valle Xianyun, bueno, de hecho en un puerto que está en donde el valle Xianyun es aquí donde se da el intercambio comercial entre Francia y China. Así que, dicho todo esto y ya dejamos esta zona de aquí, nos dirigiremos justamente al puerto de Fontaine para así justamente continuar con nuestra aventura. Vale, se nota que ahora sí que se está decorando bastante bien decorado lo que es el tema de... ¡Wow! De verdad se ve chida la escultura de este año. Y encima que está ahí rodeado por una capa por ahí, me pregunto que... No, ni preguntarme, sé que se vea chido de noche, pero se nota justamente por acá que está bien decorado con sus rosas o piedras, allá las escaleras, sus lamparitas y obviamente las cometas que están decorando la wea que no existe. Como sea, dicho todo eso y apreciado ya el paisaje, vayamos a entrar al kiosco este. A ver qué nos dice nuestro compa Ga Ming, que él tiene problemas con su familia y tenemos que ayudarlo con ese tema al parecer. Así que esta vez somos terapeutas.
You're here early. I just ordered. The food should be out in a second. Sit down, sit down.
Let's all take a seat!
Here, hand me your cups.
Oh, thank you!
Wait, you weren't supposed to drink that, Paimon. That was for you to rinse your utensils.
Por un poco pensé que se hacía una yo-yo referencia.
That's a thing?
Aunque sé que Ga Ming no sería de esos. Mientras habla llega un plato caliente de dim sum tras otro a la mesa. Ah, que no era lo del tema de los pastelillos. Ok, debe ser otro plato, entonces disculpas, lapsus brutos de mi parte. Justo cuando creían que ya habían terminado de servir todos los platos, la camarera trae un gran bol delicioso de congee de marisco. Vale, yo he comido chaufa de marisco, así que tengo una idea de lo que han servido.
Wow, so much delicious food! Do you really eat all this just for breakfast?
That's just how we do it where I'm from.
En Arequipa hacen lo mismo, literalmente su desayuno se compone de sopa y pancito.
Most of the time, though, I don't eat lunch after dim sum.
Ah,
Oh, that's good to hear. Paimon doesn't need to worry about holding back then.
Eat, eat. If it's not enough, we can always order more. Oh, and there's tong soy coming as well. I don't usually have that in the morning, but, well, since everyone's here, I just had to order it. What about you, traveler? Is the food to your liking? Want some more seafood congee? Let me refill your bowl.
está bien, puedo hacerlo yo mismo.
Paimon's gonna take you up on that. Fill it up nice and full and make sure she gets a few extra shrimp. Thanks!
Todos toman los platillos y empiezan a comer. Cada plato es exquisito y tiene sabores únicos. Poco a poco, empiezas a relajarte disfrutando una gran agradable conversación mientras comes. Las tazas de té siguen llenándose hasta que, finalmente, incluso Paimon termina llena. Milagro.
So full. That meal was so satisfying, it even gave Paimon some extra brain juice.
¡Por fin!
Oh, listen. Paimon's figured it out.
¿Qué cosa?
Let's think about this for a second, Ga Ming. You invited us to this awesome restaurant and ordered a whole table full of expensive dim sum just for the three of us. Well, you must be hiding the fact that you're some young master from a rich family.
¿En serio?
That would explain why you try to keep your friends and family away from each other.
Are you confusing me with Xingqiu?
Es lo mismo que estoy diciendo.
Huh? You know Xingqiu? You sure? sure know a lot of people.
Well, when you're on the road as much as I am, you hear all sorts of rumors. Sometimes they're true, sometimes they're not. What it comes down to is being able to tell the difference. More often than not, that means knocking on some doors to find out for yourself.
Exacto.
Oh, you truly are a man of many talents, young Master Ga Ming.
Okay, enough with the teasing. Sorry to burst your bubble, Paimon, but you're wrong about my family situation.
Simplemente es alguien humilde.
What? Oh, Paimon thought she was onto something there.
My dad is just an ordinary tea merchant. Small scale stuff, you know? It wouldn't even make sense to mention his business in the same breath as the Xianyun Commerce Guild. My dad... he always wanted me to inherit the family business. To be a merchant like him.
Vale, estamos en un caso típico de padre quiere querer de la familia, pero el hijo quiere hacer otra cosa.
But that's just not who I am. It's not who I ever wanted to be.
Ga Ming siempre se ha mostrado alegre entre nosotros. Esta es la vez que más serio lo he visto. Ese tema debe ser muy importante para él.
Have you ever talked to him about it? You know, about your interests and aspirations and stuff.
Of course I have. I told him I wanted to be a wushu dancer. That I wanted all of Tevat to see what I could do. According to my dad, though, that wasn't a real job. Just a child's pipe dream.
Oh, that's terrible.
No sé a quién me recuerda.
I'm sure he thought I would come around eventually, but wushu dancing has always been the only thing I wanted to do. One day, he tried to get me to visit some other tea merchants to start building the right relationships, but I refused to go. In the end, I was so angry that I ran away from home. I haven't been back since. Don't get on my case just yet, okay? It's not like I think I'm completely without fault. No, I know that it wasn't the right way to go about things. But my dad's stubborn. No matter how hard I tried to convince him, it just went in one ear and out the other. There was no changing his mind. I knew talking would only get me so far, but if I made it big in Liyue Harbor, the results could speak for themselves.
Ga Ming.
Al menos tú tomaste la decisión de salir de allí mucho antes que Mafuyu, y te respeto por eso.
But I'm sure you both already know how that's going. Wushu dancing's just not that big in Liyue Harbor.
Por algo eres miembro de los gatetes del mal. Los leones son felinos, así que los que digan que no, se mejoren.
In the past, I would go door to door from store to store, asking if they would be interested in hiring a performer. Most times, I wound up eating nothing but humble pie. And you can't just rely on dreams to put food on the table, right? So, I found a job as a guard to make some money. And now I have enough to get by and then some. Still, change takes time. Gotta take it slow, you know?
Paimon understands.
Como alguien que estudia ingeniería y tiene un canal de YouTube que hasta ahora no le dice a sus padres, pues te entiendo, en cierta manera también. También como alguien que se ha leído las historias de Toya y Mafuyu.
Okay, enough of all that serious talk.
Ah,
Our tea's getting cold. Ooh, let's do
Mejor.
something fun this afternoon. What do you say, huh? I'll organize.
Actually, we kinda already have plans this afternoon.
sí, disculpa Ga Ming, estás por tu cuenta el resto del día.
We told Xianyun that we would go to her kite-making workshop.
Oh?
Are you interested in kite-making, Ga Ming?
Oh, no. It's just that I happen to know Auntie Xianyun.
La tía Xianyun.
That title certainly humanizes her a bit.
Oh, I know that she's an adeptus. I met her during a delivery once. But hasn't she been in the city lately? She's even tried, with some limited success, to change her terms of self-address or something like that.
Again, experta en camuflarse.
She came to see me a few days ago to ask about luminescent dyes. Oh, wait a second. She doesn't plan on putting those on a kite, does she?
Sí, tiene algo de malo.
Is that not something you can do?
Es como usar papeles para un paper craft.
It's one thing to use it on cloth, but applying it to paper is another matter entirely. Why couldn't she tell me what she wanted them for?
Tarara.
Yeah, she does seem to have trouble with that sometimes.
It would be such a shame if everyone worked so hard on their kites only for them to get ruined in the end. Okay, I'll go with you. If Auntie Xianyun wants to use those dice on a kite, the formula will need to be changed.
Great! The more the merrier!
Fulgor en un mar de nubes, los colores de la primavera, parte 2. A ver, un par de cosas que decir. Si es que alguno tiene problemas con sus padres o cualquier otra cosa, no tengan temor en salir de allí si es que ustedes lo ven necesario, si ya no pueden aguantar. Porque la felicidad de ustedes es mucho más importante que la felicidad de un tercero. Y si parte de esa felicidad inicia en lo que es el tema de dejar de estar enfrente de esas personas que no creen en ti, que no confían en ti, lo mejor es alejarse de ellas. Así estas sean las personas que te han dado de comer, te han dado de cobijo, te han dado amor, entre comillas. Si tienes que irte, vete, no tengas miedo. Al fin y al cabo, familia es la que cría, no con la que naces. Vayamos a la montaña Osang. Shout out al psicólogo y a Mizuki Akiyama de Project Sekai por decir eso, de que no tiene nada de malo salir de allí. Que en serio, es por eso es que yo pedí mi propio estudio, o sea, porque ya quería un poco salir de allí. No es que tenga problemas con mi familia, sino es que ya siento que es tiempo de abandonar el nido para mí. Y no quiero tampoco interrumpir también con la felicidad de los pocos familiares que me quedan. Eso y que tengo otros problemas mucho más personales con ellos que prefiero no hablarlos. Pero lo importante es que tengo gente en la vida real que se preocupan por mí, a diferencia de otros. Y pues eso, que ustedes tienen que a cada rato buscar gente que de verdad se preocupen por ustedes. Y no aquellos que solamente te ven y no confían en ti o no creen en lo mismo que tú crees. Y con eso me refiero a sueños y aspiraciones, no religión o otras cosas. Tal vez un poquito sí, pero lo que me quiero decir es que no tiene nada de malo buscar ese lugar en donde tú sabes que puedes ser feliz. Dicho esto, esta charla improvisada de mi parte, allí al fondo está Shenhe, Ganyu y Yao Yao, si no me equivoco. ¿Ya están con los trajes o no? No, todavía.
Ganyu! Ganyu! Come on, wake up! Some friends have arrived!
Hello, friends.
Hello, Ganyu. Parece que no ha dormido bien al de ayer.
Ganyu!
Oh, I have some mint oil. Perhaps we should try that. A guest at Ga Ming restaurant recommended it to me. I've tried it. Its stimulative effects are much stronger than what can be achieved from chewing on mint leaves alone.
Say psych right now.
Apologies in advance.
Oh no.
Wait! Shenhe! Not there!
Véase Shenhe sacar una pequeña botella verde, verter un líquido con olor a menta y aplicarlo sobre los cuernos de Ganyu. Yao Yao y Paimon se quedan boquiabiertos del susto, pero ya es demasiado tarde.
See? It worked. She's awake.
Are you okay, Ganyu? Do you need some water? Or maybe something to eat?
Odio ser el que lo diga, pero esto me recuerda cuando viajé a Barranca a visitar a mi bisabuela y ella literal agarró un puñado de comida para gallina, agarró a la gallina del pescuezo y acercó el pico de la gallina donde estaba su mano lleno de las cosas que comen las gallinas, ¿ok? Fue la escena más random que la he visto hacer en comparación a la vez en la que la vi matar un quill.
I'm fine. I just feel chilly all over. Huh. Was it that effective?
Chilly, huh? Master always says a cool head leads to a calm heart. So, does this mean that heat's what we need to help you, Ganyu? Paimon doesn't think that's what the expression means exactly.
I feel a bit better now. Was I asleep?
Must have been around the time I usually take my midday nap.
Descuida Ganyu, yo tampoco es que he tenido tantos tiempos para dormir.
Did you not sleep last night? That does seem to happen to you often. Perhaps you should come work at Wanmin Restaurant with me. We get off at 10 on the dot every night without fail.
Paso de ser camarero.
I could never.
Por dos.
I'm sorry. I seem to have missed your name. You are...
Me? My name is Ga Ming. I work as a guard for the Secure Transport Agency.
Ga Ming. The name sounds familiar. I believe I've heard your name mentioned around the Ministry of Civil Affairs. People tell me you're an extremely enthusiastic worker, and you are very generous with your help.
Well, you know me. Or, I guess you don't.
My name is Ganyu. This is Shenhe, and this is Yao Yao.
It's an honor to finally meet you all. Oh, you must be here for Auntie Xianyun's kite-making workshop, right?
Yes. I have neither made nor flown a kite before. As long as Master is willing to teach, I am willing to learn.
Me too. I want to participate in the kite flying competition with my best friend. Plus, it's more meaningful if you make the kite yourself, right? Your best friend didn't come with you?
Creo que se está refiriendo a la alumna nueva de Cloud Retainer, ¿no?
Well, Chi-Chi's been super
no,
busy
Chi-Chi.
helping Dr. Baiju lately. I'll meet up with her later and give her a huge surprise.
Claro. Espera, ¿Yao y Chichi son amigas? Primera vez que me entero, ¿ok? Tampoco es que esté enterado de sus lores al 100%.
Oh, I also brought bandages and ointment with me today. It's easy to cut yourself when working with bamboo, so I thought I should come prepared.
Vale, por lo menos tenemos el botiquín. Este taller va a ser totalmente seguro, por lo que parece.
Wow, you're really thoughtful.
As for myself, I'm afraid I lack some of my companion's enthusiasm.
Sí, lo sé. No es bueno trabajar cuando recién te has levantado.
I was originally planning to buy a ready-made kite and just enjoy the festive city atmosphere with everyone.
Y luego Xianyun apareció frente tuyo y amenazó con contar una teoría o bueno, wea que sucedió en tu infancia, ¿verdad?
But Cloud Retainer is always going out of her way to look after her juniors, wanting us to have the best there is. She always puts us before herself. It was so thoughtful of her to arrange this workshop, so I simply couldn't let such consideration go to waste. My motivation for being here might be a little different, yes, but I'm ready to put in just as much effort as everyone else.
Well, we're all here, but where the heck is Xianyun? Shouldn't she be here by now?
Sí, en la invitación decía que el taller empezaba a las 8, ya son las 8:45.
Who is it that speaks of oneself in such an ill-tempered tone?
Yo pues.
Oh, come on! You clearly heard Paimon! Master stopped to buy grilled tigerfish to share with everyone. Come get it while it's still warm.
Pesa la parrilla, let's go.
Oh, Paimon, sorry, Miss Illuminated Bird! Paimon always knew you were the smartest, coolest, and prettiest adeptus. Someone as wonderful as you is sure to have brought enough for Paimon as well, right?
Xianyun deja las bolsas mientras Suyu reparte el pescado a la parrilla. Cuando todo el mundo empieza a charlar, las animadas conversaciones llenan el normalmente tranquilo ambiente de la montaña Osan.
So delicious. Paimon's life is complete.
It appears that we've ended up with quite a few participants indeed. Go ahead and divide yourselves into small groups. The materials are over here. The regular dyes and luminescent ones have been clearly marked. Use them as you see fit. As for how to make the kite, one assumes you all made sure to listen to the instructions one provided while we were eating. Yes? Are there any questions?
Sí, ¿has pensado si ese tinte está recomendado para papel normal?
Paimon may have focused a little too hard on the eating and less on the listening.
Paimon, al final el que va a terminar haciendo la cometa seré yo.
Paimon knew she could count on you, traveler.
Ya lo sé.
One will wait under this tree and avail oneself of the cool air while one digests. Do not hesitate to seek one's company if you have any trouble, questions, or simply want to chat.
We're not in any hurry to get started. Why don't we go see what the others are up to?
Comprueba cómo va con la construcción. A ver, veamos. Tenemos a equipo Xianyun con Yao Yao. Tenemos a Ga Ming con Shuyu. Y tenemos a Ganyu y a Shenhe por allá al fondo del todo. Empecemos por ellas. O tal vez con...
Shenhe, it would be great if you could refrain from putting things on my horns from now on. They're really quite sensitive.
Sí, por favor, Shenhe. Eso fue muy incómodo de ver.
I see. My apologies. I shall remember that in the future.
Thank you. No harm done.
Good. Could I touch them just once more, though? No oil or anything this time. I've just always wondered what Miss Ganyu's horns feel like.
Huh? Please, I told you. Just call me Ganyu. Well, all right. Just be gentle.
Firm to the touch, with no discernible temperature. Oh, not unlike certain medicinal plants I've eaten before. Oh, still, Ganyu appears to be shaking like a cat whose whiskers have just been touched. I should stop. I see. Then I'll apply the oil to your forehead next time.
Oh, no need. I'll just refrain from taking afternoon naps outdoors. Anyway, we should probably get started on our kite. It won't be long before Cloud Retainer comes to check on our progress. Perhaps we should just choose the most traditional style.
Uno que haga feliz a la maestra.
Okay.
Well, they seem to be getting along swimmingly. Let's not disturb them.
Sí. Que entre alumnas de la misma maestra se entienden. Ahora hablemos con Ga Ming y con Shuyu, que ellos son de maestros diferentes.
Hey, Ga Ming, want to team up?
Huh? I have to participate? I thought I'd be done for the day after adjusting the dye formula.
You're that unenthused by kite making, huh? That doesn't seem like you.
No, it's not that. It's just...
Te traen traumas de tu familia, ¿verdad?
It would take too long to explain. I guess I'll just make one then.
Tengo todo el día. No hay problema, explícalo.
What shape should we go with? How about a butterfly?
La mariposa simboliza el deseo de librarse de tus ataduras y la búsqueda de libertad. Tal vez eso sea lo que Ga Ming anhela. Está bueno, le queda bien mejor lo que es la canción Kitty en comparación a Keikin.
What do you think, Xiyu? Is there a particular design you want?
I want a swanee.
That might be a little hard to pull off.
True, but I still want to try. They're super cute.
Okay, it's decided then.
Vale, Ga Ming de verdad quiere salir de su vida, por lo que parece, y ser libre e independiente por voluntad de los pueblos que Dios defiende. Veamos qué dice Yao.
Auntie Cloud Retainer, look!
¡Yo! ¡Tsunade!
Very good. Your frame is nice and sturdy. This design, is it a finch?
Yep.
One is looking forward to seeing your finished product.
What color are you going to make it, Yao Yao? I haven't decided yet. If I make it blue, it'll be more like my friends. But if I make it gold, it'll be more like me.
No sería al revés, que si fuera Esmeralda se parecería a ti. Y que yo sepa, Kiki no tiene colores ni dorados ni esmeralda. Creo que ella es más de color en añil azulado. Sí, creo que ese es el color.
If you are asking for one's own opinion, one would advise choosing gold. When giving a gift, the key consideration is the recipient's feelings, is it not? One imagines your friend would much prefer a kite that reminds them of you.
Oh, hey, I never told you the kite was for Chi-Chi. How did you know?
With age comes wisdom, child. One simply has a way of knowing things.
Oh, cool. Thanks, Auntie Cloud Retainer. I'm gonna start painting it gold right now.
Good. One will watch. You two seem strangely unoccupied. One was under the impression that one was supposed to be doing the relaxing. Is your kite finished?
Ni siquiera le hemos empezado, pero puedo hacerlo en menos de 30 minutos.
We actually haven't started yet, but we're going to start, right now. We should get started on our kite now. Let's go.
Bien, empecemos la cometa antes de que Xianyun nos vaya a lanzar la chancleta.
First, we have to decide on the shape. Hey, what are you laughing at?
Está claro que tenemos que hacer una cometa con forma de Paimon.
Oh, that's not a completely crazy idea.
Destacará más, será original y, más importante, nadie se copiará.
If nothing else, a Paimon-shaped kite could at least make sure you never get lost on your travels and always find the tastiest food and funnest things to do wherever you go. Maybe we're not exercising enough artistic license. Ooh, we should exaggerate this a bit. How about this? The word Paimon means the guardian angel of travelers.
¿Qué diría? Te diría dónde chuchas has estado cuando estaba en Arequipa con mi familia, el día 15 de marzo del año 2020, un día en donde ese día justamente se dio el primer caso de COVID y por poco cierran las fronteras unas horas después. ¿Dónde chucha estabas cuando eso sucedió? ¿Ah? Por poco y me quedaba en Arequipa por los próximos 2 años, con chatumare. Siguiendo las instrucciones de Xianyun, prepárase el marco de la cometa.
Now, what expression should we give her? Since the kite is going to be flying super high in the sky.
Debería lucir orgullosa, asustada, que se siente culpable por algo. Orgullosa por su divinidad. Asustada porque está en el mundo terrenal. Culpable por algo porque ha pecado. Marín de Rompiwe, Pucaramacaratite fue el gato tiene 4 colas, 1, 2, 3, 4, tú eres una, tú eres la otra, pero por nada saliste tú, asustada.
It's too high! Someone save Paimon! She's about to faint! Like that?
¿Se puede volver atrás o ya fue? Déjame pensarlo más.
Since the kite is going to be...
A ver, ¿qué dice si es que está orgullosa?
Ooh, like this? Ooh! The
No, eso es más soberbio, no me agrada lo soberbio.
¡Soberbios! ¡Soberbios!
Debería parecer que se siente culpable por algo.
Oh, Paimon totally didn't do anything wrong. And even if she did, she doesn't deserve to get shot up into the sky for it. Something like this, then.
Eso parece sacado de uno de esos de Garupika Pico, creo que se llama el anime así tipo chibi que tienen en YouTube las de Bandori. Suena algo sacado de ese anime. En todo caso tenemos orgullosa, asustada y culpable. Dicho todo esto y viendo las expresiones, creo que la más graciosa sería la opción asustada. Creo que esa sería la opción que elijo. Sí, vamos a ir con esta. Vamos a ir con esta.
It's too high!
Vamos a ir con esta.
Paimon, she's about to faint! Like that?
Eso me gusta.
Now that we've decided, let's make it happen! It's done! Paimon has to say, Kai Paimon might even rival real Paimon in terms of cuteness. Now we just have to attach the string, right?
All right, gather around, everyone.
Y se nos acabó el tiempo.
Oh, Xianyun's calling us!
Sí, porque se acabó el tiempo.
Let one take a look.
Wow! Ganyu and Shenhe made a scissor-tailed swallow! It's so pretty.
Yep. The coloring makes it look a lot like Master.
If the tail wasn't split in two like that, it might even be a spitting image. If you look closely, there are a few spots where the colors go outside the lines. Did you
Sí, se nota de hecho un poco.
I did the painting.
Ah,
I stared at the paper for quite some time, but I simply could not recall the coloring of any bird. Except Master.
hiciste un buen trabajo, pero como dijeron en el texto, hay algunas partes en donde no ha sido bien simétrica, que digamos, en especial en la parte de la cola.
Or should I say that I'm too familiar with her crane form? Even when she stands before us in human form, all I can see is blue and white.
Sí, y también el color jade. Recuerda el color jade.
Oh, well, now that you mention it, Paimon can see it too.
Exactly. So I simply closed my eyes and painted from memory.
No way. You can paint with your eyes closed? Wow. The disciples of Adepti really are something.
You are most filial, Shenhe. One is flattered by the likeness.
The Swanee that Ga Ming and Xianyun made looks very majestic. I'm sure it'll look even more impressive as it soars through the sky.
Ah, eso es un Swanee. Así le dicen a los leones dragones, ¿no?
The eyes
The
and
more you
ears
know.
glow in the dark, so you're sure to see it at night. Your golden finch is cute too, Yao Yao.
Sí, se ve recontra chido. Aunque no entiendo por qué el pecho es de color gris, pero ¿quién soy yo para juzgar? No seré aves.
It's all thanks to Auntie Cloud Retainer's guidance.
No soy ornitólogo. Así se le dice a la gente que estudia las aves, ¿no?
What about your kite, traveler?
Os presento. Bien, escogí la opción que quería.
That's hilarious.
Why does Paimon feel like you're laughing at her and not with her?
I'm just admiring the expression you chose. Whether the kite soars high in the air or comes crashing straight to the ground, it's still fitting. That's quite the impressive feat, actually.
Es que yo le sé a estas weas artísticas.
Is that the Jade Chamber?
Yep.
Oh?
O sea, es una cometa de la cámara de Hare, nuestra cámara de Hare original. Un arrojamiento sopla y se lleva la cámara de Hare a los pies de todos.
Who dares attempt such a flagrant display of impropriety by releasing a kite into one's territory without one's permission?
Rosy, ¿cómo se te ocurre?
Oh, and to do so by making use of this crude piece of mortal machinery. One simply must know who it is that possesses such impertinence.
Y así terminó la existencia de Fontaine.
Continue attaching the strings, everyone. One will be but a moment.
Cloud Retainer? Traveler, Paimon, could I trouble you to go after Cloud Retainer?
Ya está bien, solamente porque tú me lo pides lo voy a hacer, pero si por mí fuera la dejaría destruir toda esa nación llena de gente.
Master's going to be okay, right?
Sí, es un adepto, no le va a suceder nada.
I'm more worried about the person who released the kite.
¡Ta madre! ¡Vaya!
There's wind up ahead. Looks like we can glide over.
Ya. Vamos, de una vez. Avancemos rápido, rápido. Por acá está, se ha bugueado. Estamos yendo tan rápido que se ha bugueado una de las plataformas que hay por allí. Tenemos que ir por esta zona de aquí, tenemos que bajar por acá, pero ya estamos perdiendo mucho tiempo, Vamos, por favor, necesito velocidad, güey.
It's right there.
Ya, por acá está, abajo. Aquí. ¡Ah!
This Fontainian device of mechanical motion is quite curious indeed.
Si todo está acá salvo, mejor me retiro.
Now is hardly an opportune time for your musings. Someone among us was not sufficiently attentive, and now the kite has vanished.
Calm yourself. Do you have any recollection of its last location?
One believes it drifted in the direction of Mount Outsong.
Sí, están jodidos.
Perhaps it is mere happenstance, but one feels a certain sense of dread at the thought.
Sí, sus días están contados ahorita.
Your concern is misplaced, surely.
No, ahorita deberías estar preparando un funeral, llamando a la gente que te quiere para que le digas que ya fue todo. Escribe tu testamento.
Cloud Retainer is either in the city looking after her disciples, or secluded in her abode attending to her research. She will not notice that kite.
Oh boy, they don't know. They don't know.
On the subject of said kite, however, one simply must remark on the genius of its windlass lift technology. One cannot help but surmise that its ingenuity rivals that of Cloud Retainer's.
Still thy tongue. If Cloud Retainer were to hear you profess such a thing, we can both say farewell to any further use of the Supreme Cuisine Machine.
Oh, sus vidas.
One presumes that this kite belongs to you.
Huh?
Regard the situation with which we are now confronted.
One's fault. One seems to recall that releasing the kite was no solitary endeavor.
¿Y esto es este?
Say something, Mountain Shaper. Surely you can think of something to appease her.
Further explanation shall only fan the flames of her wrath. It would be better to stay silent and retire at the earliest opportunity.
¿Están hablando por telepatía?
We can hardly avoid her forever. That may suffice during Lantern Rite. But what about the Moon Chase Festival? Sooner or later, she will discover our true identity.
Hello?
Go retrieve the kite.
Absolutely not. You retrieve it.
That is not our kite.
Felicidades, Yehu. ¿De qué tamaño quieres tu tumba?
Oh, so an adeptus such as oneself is mistaken then?
Ah, you're an Adeptus? Please forgive us for any impropriety. I truly possess no inkling of who could have released a kite into your esteemed domain. Pray, who could be responsible for such wanton behavior?
Otro adepto.
Verily, verily, we were but delighting in the surrounding scenery. This locale is home to such exquisite... mint! Well, and if that's all, then we'll just be on our way.
We finally caught up. You sure do fly fast in your illuminated bird form, Xianyun. Mooncarver? Mountain? What are you doing here?
Gracias, Paimon. Estaba a punto de decir lo mismo que tú.
You?
Ella.
Okay, now Paimon's getting a weird vibe. Did she say something wrong?
No, Paimon, no, Paimon. Le acabas de decir algo bueno, puta. Que ahorita me dan ganas de ir de vuelta a la cocina, prender prender en la microondas y tratar de ver si es que consigo uno de esos palomitas instantáneas lo más rápido posible.
It is of no consequence. Long has one seen through their disguises. One was simply curious as to how long they would keep up the act.
Ah, yo tenía preparado la gelatina.
Then you are not angry?
Así comer mientras estoy editando esto. Que ahí voy a volver a ver esta escena toda graciosa.
How could one feel anger at the sight of two old friends enjoying themselves? One is also well aware of how enticing these city novelties can be.
We were simply consumed by a fit of festive spirit. Seldom do we get the opportunity to partake in the delights of the times. However, we are far from being as adept as you in matters that require a deftness of hand. No worthy kite could be born of our own making. Thus, we could only take the convenient route, so to speak.
Your prowess in mechanics is unparalleled, Cloud Retainer. You wield the wind and waves themselves. Your singular talent stands unmatched across the land. Of this, we are well aware.
One has guests to attend to. We will have to convene again some other time. Traveler, Paimon, do try to keep up.
We're leaving already? All this flying from place to place is wearing Paimon out.
Volvamos al lugar donde estábamos y esta vez no hay corrientes de aire, pero lo que sí tenemos es punto de transporte, porque no voy a ir otra vez con corrientes de aire. Por lo menos hubo interacción graciosa, eso hay que admitirlo. Veamos, por acá la montaña Usang. Esta zona totalmente diferente, por lo que veo. O es que es otra manera de llegar a la zona donde tenía que ir en vez de escalarme toda esa montaña que siempre hago porque costumbre, supongo. ¿Siguen ahí? Sí, siguen ahí Shenhe y Ganyu por lo menos.
They're back.
Sí, regresamos.
Paimon's pooped. Why are there only 2 of you left?
Ya se está haciendo tarde, de seguro por eso.
After you left, Yao Yao and Shu Yu tired themselves out playing with their kites. Ga Ming offered to escort them home.
Before he left, he said something that I don't quite understand.
Oh? What did he say?
He said, a kite is always tied down no matter how far it flies or how high it soars. Its tether prevents it from ever truly flying free.
Pero si vuela totalmente libre, entonces la cometa se haría daño y caería en un lugar en donde probablemente la cometa no le gustaría caer. Ejemplo, la cama de Hare.
He looked quite dejected as he said this.
Now that you mention it, Ga Ming did seem to have a rather strange attitude towards kites.
Tal vez se vea el mismo reflejado en ellas.
A reflection of himself. If I were a kite, I would cherish that tether as a symbol of kinship and the bonds that tie us and...
Shenhe?
It may be an exceedingly slim and distant connection, but lose it, and you lose that which links you to home. If Ga Ming truly sees a kite as a reflection of himself, then I fear I understand his words even less.
Es interpretación al fin y al cabo. Para mí, el hilo de la cometa, en mi caso, sería mi pasado. Que, si bien hay cosas que me arrepiento, sé que si no reconozco ese pasado, me estaría perdiendo a mí mismo. Y por eso es que no quiero que por lo menos ese hilo se desaparezca. O sea, tal vez otros hilos sí estaría a favor de que dejasen de existir, pero ese hilo para mí es muy importante.
Well, people often have different points of view depending on their mindset and experiences, right? It's actually quite normal.
Ejemplo lo que acabo de decir.
Just like some people can eat spicy food, but others won't go anywhere near it?
Ajá.
Exactly. That's why tolerance and understanding are as important as they are.
Tolerance and understanding? What brought about this conversation? Did one miss something?
Un montón de cosas, Xianyun.
We were just chatting. You don't have to butt in on every little thing, you know. Where were you anyway?
One was merely doing a bit of cooking. Night fast approaches. If you are otherwise unoccupied, one would entreat you to stay and eat before you depart.
Oh, it's been so long since I've had the chance to enjoy your cooking, Cloud Retainer.
Worry not. One has prepared a variety of meat and vegetable dishes. One is more than familiar with everyone's culinary proclivities.
Me pido la ración de Paimon.
Hey, Paimon's hungry too. It's not like the dim sum and grilled fish could keep her full the whole day, you know.
Disculpa, pero el día que estoy grabando toca comer carne.
Shenhe, Ganyu, come with me.
Whoa, what's with all the secrecy? You're not trying to play favorites, are you?
Bueno, al fin y al cabo son sus alumnas y nosotros somos totalmente desconocidos. O sea, no estamos ligados a su academia.
If you're ready to serve the food, we can help too.
Dirígete a la entrada de la montaña, donde está la puerta donde inició esa misión de mundo que tuve que hacerme para poder hacerme recién su misión legendaria. Asumo que será eso. ¿O no? Más o menos. Me caí al agua. Típico de mí. Tras esperar fuera de la ponera del preservador de nubes un rato.
This is...
Ah, ahora tienen las skins.
Oh, I can feel the wind brushing against my legs. This is a bit embarrassing. Is the headpiece secure? I should have asked Cloud Retainer to check before I stepped outside.
How do we look?
Huh? She asked them just like that?
Les queda muy bien.
You look pretty too, Ganyu. Oh, how should Paimon put it? You both look so elegant and refined. Those Those outfits really suit you both.
A tier.
Given that one employed the services of the best tailor in all of Liyue, one would expect nothing less.
Aunque les recuerdo, yo siempre escogía los vestidos perdedores en Project Runway, así que no tomen veredicto como final.
What colors have you been partial to lately, Shenhe and Ganyu?
Lately? Why is Cloud Retainer suddenly asking about what colors we like?
I like black.
One is gratified to see one's disciple has inherited one's own tastes.
The color black doesn't get dirty easily. A virtue I've come to value recently.
And you, Ganyu?
I favor blue and black.
And the material is sufficiently comfortable, yes?
Yes, very. I simply cannot thank you enough, Cloud Retainer, for this gift. And the kite, too.
Thank you, Master.
One is content as long as you are pleased with the gift. One hopes these garments will see much use.
Te siento disfrutas de una mesa llena de deliciosa comida y agradable compañía.
Seems like your supreme cuisine machine is just getting better and better, Xianyun. This golden crab's particularly good. The shell's deliciously crunchy, and the meat inside is so succulent and sweet. Paimon can't stop eating. It's a good thing Ga Ming isn't here, or Paimon would have to duel him for the food. You know, with chopsticks.
Sería un duelo bastante igualado.
He traveled all this way on account of the kite-making workshop, and he spent the whole afternoon looking after Xianyun. One was hoping to treat him to a meal. Oh well. One will just have to extend one's thanks in person.
It's rare for someone to make such a good impression on you, Cloud Retainer.
One has high standards. He appears to be a young man of much merit, and one is not the type who would see such potential squandered.
It appears that he wishes to break free from the kite string that tethers him.
Kite string? Huh, what strange metaphors you speak in, Shenhe. Ever since you returned from one mean restaurant, your turns of phrase render one at quite the loss.
Where do we even begin? Oh, do you know about the conflict between Ga Ming and his dad, Xianyun?
One has only heard that the two are not on good terms.
He ran away from home and hasn't been back since.
Básicamente porque el padre de Ga Ming cree que lo que quiere hacer su hijo es una pérdida de tiempo.
Oh?
Ran away, you say? Huh. One believes we would all benefit from a more thorough retelling. Start from the beginning.
Ok, momento chisme entonces.
Oh, okay. Paimon just hopes he won't mind.
Recuerden a Xianyun todo lo que saben sobre la situación de Ga Ming con su familia.
What?
This shall not do. Lantern Rite fast approaches. We must make haste. As one was contacting various tailors around Liyue, one could not help but be reminded of Menogias.
Who?
He possessed a singular talent for clothing design. He had an exquisite eye, not just for fabric selection and color pairing, but also for what accessories could best accentuate a garment's overall styling. At a gathering of Adepti, Bonanis once complained in secret to some of the ladies in attendance that the skirt Menogias made for her was too long and impractical, lamenting that it would only hinder her in battle. However, when one asked Menogias his opinion, he remarked that the train of the skirt would serve to enhance her adeptal countenance by exemplifying a certain elegance. Menogias was that type of person. When it came to topics relating to garments and accessories, not even Rex Lapis could best his stubbornness.
Vale, están hablando de su heredero, ok.
And later...
¿Qué es su serio?
One seems to have strayed off topic. One means to say that Lantern Rite should be a day of reunion. It is a time to address problems before they turn into regrets. Fate is fickle. The cruel reality of this world is that suffering and misfortune can befall any of us without design or reason. If there is a chance for young people to remain insulated from this reality, one should do one's utmost to make it so.
That's nice and all, but...
Do you have any ideas, Cloud Retainer?
Perhaps adeptal arts could be of use. No. Mechanics, perhaps. One fails to see its use in a situation such as this.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Combining our efforts is a fine idea indeed. Aha! One has an idea. How about this? Does that make sense to everyone?
Más o menos.
Yep. Oh, Paimon really hopes this works.
One's designs never fail. Now then, I counsel rest for all, and to make the necessary preparations. One shall see you in 2 days.
2 días para ejecutar la operación. Hagamos que la familia de Ga Ming se lleve bien por lo menos un día. Fulgor en un mar de nubes, parte 2 completada. Listo. ¿Qué decir esto? Ahora sabemos un poquito más de lo que sucede con Ga Ming, que como dije antes, no es malo querer salir de allí y hacerlo cuando tienes problemas con tu familia o con alguna otra persona. No es bueno estar en esos ambientes tóxicos de gente que no confía en ti. O por lo menos esto, sí, es lo que yo pienso. He tenido que lidiar con eso. Bueno, ni tanto, pero han habido ocasiones en las que tuve que lidiar con eso, en especial con el tema de los familiares lejanos de mi madre, que no es que no confíen en mí, lo que pasa es que son de una cultura totalmente diferente a la mía. Again, no me agrada hablar con gente borracha. O sea, entiendo por qué son borrachos, pero igual prefiero no hablar con ellos para absolutamente nada. Prefiero estar ahí emborrachándome con mi gente, con mis amigos y todo lo demás. Ahora, un poco respecto al tema este de las skins. ¿Me da tiempo para hablar de las skins? Me da tiempo para hablar de las skins. Con el tema de las skins, yo tenía pensado inicialmente conseguir la skin de Ganyu, que sé que está en oferta si es que voy a la tienda y veo que está en oferta la skin. Más que nada porque tengo a Ganyu y Ganyu es literalmente mi main. Pero después de ver las decisiones que ha tomado Hoyoverse último respecto al selector de skins que lo han colocado en un paquete de PlayStation, y encima la comunidad china se ha quejado de eso porque, siendo honestos, es una idea recontra estúpida por la razón que he puesto ahorita enfrente de sus pantallas. He decidido no comprar la skin. Y decidí comprarme un manga nuevo con la plata que estaba ahorrando para la skin de Ganyu. Cosa que es una inversión recontra chida, porque al fin y al cabo son cosas que a mí me hubiera gustado tener cuando era más pequeño. Y pues ahorita como que no veo una razón por la que tenga que darle plata a este juego después de lo que ha estado sucediendo. No creo que sería inteligente de mi parte como consumidor comprarme la skin de Ganyu cuando todavía no hay calidad de vida en este juego. Y creo que eso también aplica a cualquier otro juego de la franquicia. Porque ellos pueden estar haciendo la vista gorda acá y ver que en el otro lugar están bien y continuar con lo que están haciendo actualmente. Un poco similar a lo que está sucediendo actualmente en la WWE, pero con mucha menos polémica que tenga que ver con gente de carne y hueso. No se tomen tan literal lo que estoy diciendo de las skins, porque otra vez, yo siempre escogía el vestido perdedor en Project Runway cuando veía ese programa con mi madre. Así que tampoco se lo tomen tan literal lo que yo digo, que yo soy un experto totalmente falso en lo que se tiene que ver con la moda. Yo simplemente veo colores y ya veo qué tal combina el resto. Anyway, dicho todo esto, espero que os haya gustado el video. Si es así, pueden dejar su like, compartirlo con un amigo que sea simp de Ganyu, de Shenhe, y que ya haya comprado las skins al día 1. No los culpo, la verdad. Si es que yo tuviera un poquito más de plata, hubiera hecho lo mismo. O bueno, también si es que no hubiera encontrado el manga de Pokémon Yellow en la librería que está al primer piso de la universidad. Bueno, ni tanto, al costado. Hay una tiendita cerca de la universidad. Bueno, ni tanto, un supermercado, una plaza. Ahí cerca de la universidad. Y ahí encontré el librito. Bueno, el manga, me lo compré. Así que inversión buena. Al fin y al cabo, lo importante es que uno sea feliz, así independiente de lo que le sucede al resto, que la felicidad de uno es mucho más importante, aunque también sería bueno que esa felicidad no afecte a la felicidad de otros, ya sea de manera monetaria, directa o indirecta. Y ya me alargaron un poco con lo que dije. Hasta aquí Vampire. Tengo Twitter para que me sigan. Nos vemos en el siguiente video.